I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafira Obara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. I was a senator. I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally, but I have no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices, and in the Senate it's just 2.8. We have 109 men and only 4 of us are women. So right now it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48/104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them, yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women go through every day in workplaces, in universities.
I believe they were thinking that the suspension would end the fight and close the case, but no. And I see many people online blasting her for going there to say that she was suspended because she wrote a petition against the Senate President concerning sexual harassment, that she wasn't suspended because of that. She was suspended because she failed to obey some of the rules in the chambers. Yes, of course, she failed to obey some of the rules in the chambers, but giving her such suspension because of that rule, to you as a normal human being, do you think this is just because of that rule? Collecting all of her salaries for 6 months, depriving her of her security, collecting her cars, like telling her that she won't represent herself again as a senator in Nigeria. Do you think it's all because she broke that rule in that chamber that day that she's been given all this suspension? You self think I'm as a normal human being, all the senators they'll be suspending all this, but I've not seen anyone that they've given such harsh punishment before. In fact, some of them has done something even more than the rules. If they say this woman broke the rules, that was why they gave her this punishment, it means they are not being fair if it is the rule. So I believe that punishment is not just about the rule. Some people that did more than this, that even accused them of budget padding, different things, the suspension was not as harsh as this. So, and again, why I believe that suspension they gave her was not just because of the rule. Why would they tell her to apologize? Giving her all this suspension and now giving her another option that if she apologizes, they are going to drop everything and reconsider her to come back. So the question now I am throwing to you guys that are in support of this suspension is, what exactly is she apologizing for? Is she apologizing for suspension or for breaking the rules, which she has been given the suspension already? Or is she apologizing for allegedly accusing the Senate President? Is that what she's apologizing for? Because it's written on the suspension review as the rule number 2 that if she apologizes, that the Senate might consider her and she will come back. So, and you want to tell me that all the suspension of a thing is based on her breaking the rules? It means you're not being truthful to yourself. If I break a rule in the Senate, then they will now deprive me of my salary for 6 months. They will tell me not to represent myself as a senator both locally and internationally. They will collect securities attached to me. Haba now, haba. Let us leave our sentiment or leave tribalism or leave what have you and think. If breaking just that rule is why they gave her the suspension, then they are not being truthful. They are not being there, although they will write it there, but this is not it. This is not just about breaking the rule. They suspended this lady because she gave that petition about Akpabio. Breaking the rules will not warrant such punishment, guys. It will not warrant such punishment. So the Senate was supposed to have handled Natasha's case maturely rather than in haste and with coercion. It would not have reached this stage. Had they acted that way, with Natasha taking her case to the UN in New York, the whole saga is bringing Nigeria nothing but embarrassment in the global arena. Whether her allegation against the Senate President is true or malicious and false. With this action she has taken, some claim it is unwise of her to have gone to the Parliament to report this case, while some said it is very wise of her to have reported this case to the Inter-Parliamentary Union, because that whatever is done in Nigeria, remember that Mr. Akpabio is the number 3rd person in Nigeria, that this case might just be swept under the carpet and she might even lost this case and her position as the senator of Nigeria. So guys, what do you think about this? Her going to the United Nations to report this case, is it very okay? Because some said she will not get justice if they are not involved, or will she have stayed back and waited for the judgment in Nigerian courts? So let me hear your own opinion in the comment section. It is well, the way this case is going, it's gonna be long. It's really gonna be long. Do want to subscribe to my channel for more videos.